Yo. Yo, I don't really like to, but I put the smack down like it's rehab. Make sure that there's no relapse with these cats. Y'all cowards couldn't rap this dope with a zigzag. I let my lips drag, spitting with that big swag. It's sad all these wannabes. Wanted to be Jay, then K West wannabe. Star of the rock, kid you not, Sean Connery. But like the rock, I'm surrounded by water.
Hi, I'm here with mindyourmind.ca. I'm Sheldon Matthews, and I'm interviewing one of Canada's most promising artists. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Shad K.
Shad K. I visited your MySpace, by the way. Incredible music, and we appreciate you coming to sit down with us. I just have a few questions. When did you first start making music?
I would say I started making music, more seriously in the last 4 or 5 years. Before that, it was something I just kind of had fun with, but yeah, a little bit more seriously in the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's cool. Like, what are your influences? What influenced you? Like, you know.
Wow, a lot of artists kind of just seeing them have their own kind of unique voice and presence in music, and just as a music lover like everybody else, I think pretty much more than anything was my influence. Yeah,
that's good. And another thing I noticed is that like you don't really seem to be too concerned with like the gimmicks and the commercial side of music. So yeah. What made you want to lean more towards that instead of maybe going for the commercial bling bling kind of stuff?
I think for me, it's just it's what I enjoy in the music. What I enjoy with the music is the aspect of like self-expression and being creative and having fun. And I just enjoy that a lot more than than maybe making money or like that's really the part of music that I enjoy and the reason why I do it.
The MCing, like the essence, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
like that's what I love. So for me to change that, to take away what I love in music for the sake of making money, to me it just doesn't make sense. There's more stable ways of making money. So I do it for the things that I love.
Oh, that's cool. I feel you. Now your album came out on October 16th. Yeah. Old Prince. Yeah. Now the title is interesting still. So like, you want to explain a little bit about the title? What made you get to that?
Yeah. The title is like it's kind of like a metaphor, fairy tale type idea that came to my mind like about a year ago, and everything that I was writing and things I was seeing were all kind of relating to this idea. So. It just kind of evolved naturally into like a kind of a bit of a concept album, and basically it just kind of refers to like I feel like we all have a position of influence and a purpose, really, more than anything else, but it's so hard to kind of get there, and so it's kind of about getting from prince to a king kind of thing. The old prince, the idea of guy, he should be king, because he's old, but he's still prince. So it kind of, to me, it was like a metaphor for all of humanity, right? And it's kind of funny, and it's kind of serious. So to me, it hit on a lot of different levels. And
that's cool, man. Yeah. I appreciated that, man. It was cool. Now, one thing I realized that you have strong political views, right? Your family's from Rwanda, and like, so what is? I know that you probably like to attack stereotypes and things like that. So you want to explain a little bit about that, like your upbringing?
Sure. My parents are my family's from Rwanda originally. I was born in Kenya. And my sister was born in Uganda. We moved to Canada when my sister and I were young. And I would say that's kind of influenced my upbringing. You kind of you maybe look at things a little bit more critically. You have a little bit maybe of a broader worldview. Coming up in like kind of two different cultures, so kind of broadens your worldview a little bit. And some political issues or social issues maybe become a little bit more important to you. So I think that's how it's influenced my music.
Excellent. And one other thing I want to ask you is that you play guitar.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you take part in the production of your album as well.
A little bit, yeah.
So like, can you explain a little bit about that? Like,
I played guitar like from like the end of high school, and I never really mixed it with my hip hop until like later. Yeah. And it was just a thing that kind of came naturally, and like especially in the live environment, it's something visual that people can get into. And as far as like the production side, I just like even like the music as well as the lyrics to reflect something of me. So even if someone else is working on the beat, for the most part, I really like to be involved with like how it's sequenced. I want to be involved because I want it to be something personal. So
Now one of the most important things is that you're a part-time student. in Vancouver. You're still going to school. And you're doing your music at the same time. So like, how do you balance that? How do you balance between the two? And what made you come to the decision where you decided that you were not going to just do one, you're going to do both?
I think a lot of it comes down to interest. It's like I love music, but I also love learning. And also, some people, they love music to the point where they can see themselves doing music for the rest of their lives. But I think that what I love is like expressing myself and being creative and trying to kind of affect people that way. So I think that if someday I'm not making music, I want to keep doing that. So I want to keep, just stay sharp and stay learning and stay developing my ability to communicate. Exactly. So that's a big thing.
Okay. Another thing is the video, I don't like to. Yeah. That was a cool video. Like you came out like, it wasn't like there was no Lamborghinis, no models, nothing like that. You just came out in the back, taking out the trash. It was pretty down to earth, bro. Right. So did you shoot that in London or who directed it?
We shot that in Toronto. I was in Toronto for like that weekend or whatever. And it's a friend of mine that shot the video. Like he did my old website and stuff like that. Very creative, talented guy. And we just had fun like shooting it. Cool, it's a lot of fun to do something on like a bit of a lower budget, and so you have to get really creative and have fun with it. And it was cool just to be able to do something like collaboratively with friends again too. Do you know
like Chaos and those local? Because Chaos kind of has a similar kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, I've met him once or twice, just kind of like in passing. So I haven't really like chilled with him or anything, but I met him once or twice in passing. I'm a fan of his music and. Some other Canadian artists like Kanon and stuff. I've met as
Classified. Classified's gonna be here as well,
of course. Yeah, okay. Very good dude, and I have a lot of respect for his music and how hard he works.
Definitely. Now, being at Mind Your Mind it focuses on like raising awareness for the stigma surrounding mental health. How do you feel about like if you could send a message or say something to those kids that are going through something, maybe they feel like they're alone, and they see you as inspiration? What kind of message would you send to them, or would you say to them?
If anything, I would say. Like I was talking about with the theme of the album, it's like you have a purpose. I really, really believe that everybody does have a purpose. Like some people, their purpose is to be the prime minister, and other people, their purpose is to affect their family and their friends. But everybody has a purpose, and hang in there because there's people that are depending on you. Definitely. And
I feel you, man. Now, anything big, anything coming up for 2008 that we should know about? Anything like
Well, this tour's been good. We're going like right across Canada, so we did all Western Canada, and now we're Ontario and out east. Yeah. Couple shows back in the West. After that, hopefully hitting Japan in early April.
Japan.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be different,
dope.
man.
Yeah.
Tell me about the food when you come back.
Yeah. I gotta see it, like all the colors and everything in Tokyo. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's coming up.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, we're coming to the conclusion of the interview, but me, I'm a hip hop fan, and I was wondering, maybe you could maybe spit a little something, a little acapella, have anything you wanted to, it's for the world, man. You're in the limelight, man. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of the right one to do acapella. I want to do something. I want to do something that's like not on the album or something like that. Something different. Okay, yeah. This is from a song called "Where I'm At Now." Yo, I'm not most likely to blow the spot. I self-deprecate more than I boast, and I boast a lot. Still, I'm getting to perform tunes on these stages, and I'm on kids' playlists in dorm rooms. Right now, I'm working on a tasteful toast for my best friend's wedding with no unsettling racial jokes. Though it's hard, my squad says I got their favorite flow. I'm grateful for anybody that's told me I was made to blow, because I'm guessing that these labels won't. They seem to want to see the hotness forgotten and fade to smoke. Right now, my style is somewhere between a playful quote and the words of a lost child trying to pray for hope. My coffee table's soaked in juice and my cable's broke. It's kind of good though, I can't watch my favorite shows. Right now to me, being brave is dope. We don't need more rappers, just some plain old courageous folks to keep their hearts warm in these dark storms. This art form's for those that can't stand. We march form, raise a fist up and never back down. That's where I'm at now. Check out mindyourmind.ca. Peace.
That was dope, man. Thanks for the interview, man.
Thank you. For sure.
That was awesome.
And that's a wrap, folks.